Pass the damn salt, please. Chapter 13. First serious date. Rachel and Riley, Part 3. So, Mr. Really Riley, what is your story? Said Rachel. I was born in a stucco house my father built. Well, not built exactly, but paid for, said Riley. No, really, I want to know. Seriously, said Rachel. I haven't given you my resume, said Riley. No, and I haven't Googled you much. Mostly pictures. But enough about me and the internet. I want to hear from your mouth, said Rachel. Oh, really? Seriously, I can do this. Riley, Volume 1, The Early Years and Before. Okay? Grew up in the Valley, Los Angeles, home to aerospace and other stuff. Dad worked in aerospace, Hughes Aircraft, which was a great place to work at for a long time. It was Howard Hughes' baby, a tribute to what happens when a lunatic is allowed to be smart with his money. They let the engineers engineer. My dad started out doing hatch closing and locking mechanisms, then got more into the computer/mechanical interfacing stuff. He's a natural tinkerer kinda guy. Then Hughes was bought out by GM and then Teledyne or something, and things got bad. Mom did the mom thing, and then when aerospace went on hiatus, the Valley is where a lot of Hollywood types also lived. For a while, she went into real estate. She did quite well at it too, said Riley. Brothers, sisters? Asked Rachel. Riley, Volume 2, The Siblings. I got one of each. Evan, he's the eldest. He did civil engineering at TCU. Now he works for the Metropolitan Water District. Basically wants to be dad, only better. Elizabeth, my older sister, she's a dancer, but works in an office which sells direct mail stuff, mailing list too, stuff like that. Customer service, said Riley. Oh, what kind of dance? Said Rachel. Oh, pretty much anything. She was in a few music videos no one has ever seen. She's done some community theater in LA. Of course, she really likes to do modern stuff, but unfortunately, the size of the audience for modern dance in LA is about the size of the performing population of modern dance in LA. And a 1-to-1 audience performer ratio is not healthy financially for any profession. Now, on the other hand, and here I am visibly bragging for those of you taking note, she was head Tiger Girl for 1 season, said Riley. I beg your pardon, said Rachel. Gasp, you mean you never heard of the Tiger Girls, the visual rhythmic support team of the IRHL USA Long Beach Fighting Tigers, said Riley. IRHL USA, said Rachel. Indoor Roller Hockey League USA, said Riley. You're making this up, right? Said Rachel. No, not this time. No one could have made up this as a joke. It was the next big sure thing a few years ago. Imagine the mass appeal of ice hockey coupled with the fashion cachet of real street gangs. There was no way it could fail. Unfortunately, they had rivals in the United States Indoor Roller Hockey Association. Nothing close to a TV deal, and my sister as their head choreographer. Her type of dance was not what their demographic was interested in. Doing interpretive ball-bearing balancing dance got an appreciative ovation at first, but when they actually went out and did that to atonal 12th century Japanese chant for 15 minutes, well, the audience tended to get ugly, and not in a good way, said Riley. Very cutting edge, said Rachel. Yes and no. Mostly no. We, the Johnsons, don't let mere trifles as audience expectation to get in the way of what we think they ought to want. Who could have possibly guessed that an audience of late adolescent boys and their spiritual cousins wanted to see busty women stroke their breasts and move their hips at the same time? Oh, and the big hair swirl pelvic thrust thing, said Riley. Well, I would have guessed that today's roller hockey audience demographic was seeking the spiritual renewal that can only come from seeing a halftime show consisting of a cadre of roller dancers dancing a gentle interpretive motion ballet to an atonal 12th-century Japanese chant. Sandwiched between two periods of guys clubbing each other senseless with big wooden sticks at high speeds. How could that miss? Said Rachel. My sister's words exactly. Moreover, she thought bringing atonal 12th century Japanese chants to the inner city demographic would both enrich and ennoble, as well as entertain, perhaps sparking a dance-induced change in society, leading to increased tranquility and happiness, said Riley. Did it? Said Rachel. Statistically, no. Anecdotally, no, not really. She did, however, get paid off in merchandise, hence the cap I so often wear. So it wasn't a total loss, said Riley. Please wear it, said Rachel. Well, it is so handy when I need a cap. You see, she has about 3 jillion of them, so I got about 20. I am not real good about finding stuff that has been put away, so I always make sure I have at least 10 or 15 scattered around the house at any given time. That way, when I need a cap, I don't have to waste any time looking for one in particular. And since they are all the same cap, it looks like a trademark, but it is just part of the Riley master plan to make life go as smooth as possible. It makes sense to me, said Riley. Okay, that is just a little too weird, said Rachel. But logical, said Riley. Your logic, maybe, said Rachel. Oh yes, my logic is all I really need, said Riley. What about the rest of us? Said Rachel. You'd be better off with your own, but you can use mine if you like, said Riley. Okay, and who is the judge of your logic? Said Rachel. I am self-appointed, which means no one can fire me but me. I believe it is a lifetime appointment. Oh, I am also the jury, said Riley. The jury? Said Rachel. Yeah, the sole determiner of fact. It's a lifetime appointment too, said Riley. I see. You ever heard of circular logic? Said Rachel. Intimately. And you say it like it's a bad thing, said Riley. It's not, said Rachel. Not if you like religion, said Riley. Religion? You're saying that you are godlike? Said Rachel. Well, if by self-referring authority to my place in the cosmos? Yeah, that's me, congredo ergo dieto, said Riley. I think, therefore I am a god, said Rachel. Very good. It helps to really cut through all that existential red tape. A lot of people are really crippled by it, said Riley. Suffer a lot of self-doubt, do we? Said Rachel. All of the time, but mostly when others don't see the wonderfulness that is me, said Riley. Wonderfulness, said Rachel. Okay, my innate godlike inner qualities, says Riley. They get overlooked often, says Rachel. Well, yes, especially since I have always been told to exhibit more humility, said Riley. Mostly, I take it, by those who love you, said Rachel. You'd think so, but, said Riley. So if you wanted and just let it all hang out, the entire world would fall down and revere you, said Rachel. You would think so, again, but not entirely, said Riley. How so? Said Rachel. Well, there is the problem of your self-referring godlike abilities. Oh, meaning what? Said Rachel. Well, if my godlike abilities and perception are inner-produced, that means it is at least equally likely that you have them too, said Riley. The goddess Rachel? You know, I kinda like that, said Rachel. All hail, goddess Rachel. The larger point is that the world will never fall down to worship me, because if everyone is a god, then no one need ever worship anyone else. Cogito ergo ditorum. We think, therefore we are all gods, said Riley. A community of believers of just themselves, not really a community in the sense of community, though, said Rachel. So you see the problem with just me being the only God, said Riley. Sure, and this is an entirely unrelated question taken completely from the blue. You ever live in a compound with lots of people who wear those granny dresses or never wash their hair? Said Rachel. No, that was some other guy. I really don't want to be on the cover of any magazine for that. Do you ever give a straight answer to a simple question? Said Rachel. Yes, but not when it's more entertaining to give a convoluted answer, or better yet, a convoluted answer that what seems on the surface to be simple. All it takes is someone to play along. And speaking honestly for a moment, you play very, very well, said Riley. Wait for a moment. Was that something real? Said Rachel. No. Yes. No. Oops. I mean, yeah. I like the way we can play word games. Words are alive. You make me think. You make me feel alive. That is a good thing. You are cool, said Riley. Cool. I praise indeed, really, Riley. Thank you, I think. Okay, I like talking to you too. You listen to what I say and play along. You take what I say and incorporate it into something we can create together. Something ephemeral, true, but at least it's something we did together. I guess that can rate you at least as cool too, said Rachel. Cool, said Riley. Cool, said Rachel. Good, said Riley. Good, said Rachel. Gooder, said Riley. Goodest, I win, said Rachel. Well, you should. You are a goddess after all. All hail Goddess Rachel, said Riley. All hail God Guy Riley, really, said Rachel. Excellent, said Riley. Most excellent, said Rachel. End of chapter 13. Pass the damn salt, please, by Dan McLaughlin. Read by Dan McLaughlin.